it's Mrs. Singley here with an introduction to math, chapter 11, which is on three-dimensional geometry. And those are big words. So geometry are shapes, and you're very familiar with shapes already. And we're going to discuss a few things. We're going to discuss the difference between 2D and 3D shapes. I'm going to give you some definitions. And I have some real-life objects for you to look at. Here we go. Okay, we're going to start with definitions to build a solid background for 3D or three-dimensional shapes. So our first one is cone. A cone is a 3D or three-dimensional shape with a round base and a point at the top. And I want to show you my cone. Looks like this. So it said it has a point, it has a flat surface, and it has a curved edge. Okay, let's go to the next one. Next one is cube. And a cube is a square 3D shape like a box. Let me show you my shape. Here is a cube, and it has many flat surfaces. And you can see it's blue. This is a cube or a 3D shape like a box. Next is curved surface. A curved surface is a rounded surface. So when we saw our cone, this is a curved surface. And when we get to cylinder, this is a curved surface. Okay, let's see the next one. Cylinder. Hey, I just showed you a cylinder. The definition of a cylinder is a 3D shape with flat circular ends and a curved surface such as a tube. So here's our cylinder. A cylinder has two flat ends and a curved surface in the middle, very much like a can. Next is rectangular prism. A rectangular 3D shape like a brick. Here is my rectangular prism. Now remember, rectangles have longer sides. So the difference between a cube and a rectangular prism is it's longer. And it has many flat surfaces. This is a rectangular prism. Next is sphere. The definition of sphere is a round 3D shape like a ball. And I have a red ball. It's got very rounded edges and it's not flat. That's very key to 3D shapes, is it's not flat. Last one. Our last definition is flat surface. And I've been pointing out flat surfaces on our shapes. A flat surface is a level surface. So if we go back to our rectangular prism and our cube, these are all flat surfaces. Okay, let's talk about the difference between 2D, and remember the D is dimensional, versus 3D, which is what your math chapter is about. So 2D, the shapes are flat, and here's some examples of flat shapes. A triangle, 3 sides. A square, which is also called a quadrilateral, 4 sides. Pentagon, hexagon, heptagon, octagon, nonagon, and decagon. And I found a square coaster, and it is flat. And if you can do the clap test, then you know, oh yeah, I can do a clap. If you can do the clap test, you know it's a flat 2D shape. It's also only measuring length. So this would be the length, how long it is, and the height, how tall it is. Now for 3D, let's look at our shapes over here. 3D measures three things: the length, the width, so that's a big difference, how wide it is and how tall it is. And it might have corners. So this is a corner, this is a corner. We also call those vertices. Everybody say that, vertices. Vertices are the corners. It has edges and it has flat surfaces. That was one of our definitions. You can call those faces as well. Okay, I'm gonna do a sorting game, which also goes along with Wonder's last week about sorting and classifying. So I have a bunch of pictures and they're all 3D shape. And so I have to sort them according to their shape. And I have 5 shapes here: cone, cube, cylinder, rectangular, prism, and sphere. The first one is a refrigerator. A refrigerator is a rectangular prism, so I'm going to put it with that one. Ooh, you guys know this, baseball. A baseball is a sphere. It's a ball shape. Now this one is pointing to the cone part of the ice cream cone, and a cone goes with cone shape. Oh, looks like we have another ball. Maybe a beach ball. That goes with sphere. Everybody say sphere. Oh, party hat. Party hat looks like a cone, especially if you do it this way. It's a cone shape as well. And we have a present. That looks like a cube. All sides look the same size, so that's a cube shape. Ooh, this looks like a crate. The crate looks like a cube shape as well. This is a soup can, and the soup can is cylinder shape. A piece of wood looks long, and it looks like a rectangle on one side. That's a rectangular prism. We have a suitcase. That also has long sides, so that's a rectangular prism. Ooh, this is something I have in my car. It's a cone. And a cone, if you turn it this way, looks like an ice cream cone. Oh, look at this. It's the globe, the world. And that's a sphere. Oh, Joaquin is good at these. It's a Rubik's Cube. Hey, it even has cube in its name. It's a cube shape. Some of you play this, soccer, and that goes with sphere. Paper towels. That looks like a cylinder, like the can shape. I have one more. This is another kind of wood, but it's more round. It has curved edges and 2 flat sides. That goes with cylinder. Now we're gonna find some real world shapes and sort them. Okay, I went on a hunt for 3D shapes around my house, and I sorted them according to their shape. So the first one is sphere, and I found 3 of those. I found a tennis ball, I found a wiffle ball, and a soccer ball. So there were 3 spheres. Next is cube, and I found a dice. Next is cone. I found a funnel, which is used for cooking. And this is what was in my car. It's a cone. It saves my spot in the parking lot. And then next is rectangular prism. And I have two things, a Kleenex box. Remember the sides are longer. And a Cheez-Its box. Here it's longer too. And then last I have cylinder. In cylinder I have 1, 2, 3, 4, which looks like the most. Cylinder I found the most of. And I have a jar of peanut butter. Remember it's a flat surface. And then round or curved in the middle. And then I have 2 cups. One, I think this one was from Leo. I have another cup from Teddy B. And then I have some soup. I challenge you to go hunting for some shapes, 3D shapes in your house. Okay, at the end of our chapter, they're going to show you some different structures where they use the shapes to build. And so let's say this was one of the structures. They will ask you, what shapes did you use? And I would say a cone, a cylinder, and a cube were used to build that structure. Let's try a little more challenging, and they might do it similar to this. And I would say there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pieces to this structure. There is a cylinder, a cube, and a cone, and 2 rectangular prisms in that structure. Okay, last but not least, next week, I'm actually going to send you these pictures so that you can make your very own 3D shape book. So you will be seeing these same pictures and labels so you can make your own book.